So in failure mode and defect analysis, so we first detect the failure. Okay, what are the causes why a failure occur, and if the failure occur, what are its effects? Okay, so all those things will be analyzed in detail in order to reduce the possibility of occurrence of a failure. That is the intention. Our intention is to avoid occurrence of a failure. That is prevention. Okay, then if it occur, how we can detect? Okay, how we can reduce its effect? So all these things will be analyzed in failure mode and effect analysis with the help of forms and other techniques. Failure mode and effect analysis is an analytical technique that combines technology and experience of people in identifying foreseeable means upcoming failure modes of a product or process and planning for its elimination. So this will be done at various stage. It will be done at design stage and also at the production stage. So it is a group of activities intended to do. So these things: recognize and evaluate the potential failure of a product or process and its effects. That means first being part of this FMEA team, okay, with a team which is working on failure mode and effect analysis, you must be able to recognize or identify what are the reasons why a product will fail, and then you have to evaluate the potential failure of a product or process and its effects. So if it fails, okay, what are its effects? How does it affect on customer? Okay, what is the response of the customer? Customer may be internal customer and also external customer. You are going to analyze failure even at the design stage. Okay, then you are going to provide, our design department of a company will hand over the design to production department. Okay, at that time production department people may reject the design. That is also a failure of the design department. Okay, so like that it may be internal or external customers. So if a product fails, okay, when it released into market, then it will have negative impact on the brand value of a company, and customers lose trust on that product. Okay, so those are the effects. Next, identify actions that could eliminate or reduce the chance of potential failures. Okay, if you take a lot of precautions, okay, while designing, while manufacturing, and even while doing inspection, okay, so you may be able to eliminate these failures at various stages. Next, document the process, because this FMEA is based on experience of people. Okay, so documentation is very important. Suppose once, if experienced people who are working in the company, they are able to identify potential causes of a failure, okay, and how they can overcome that. Okay, so if that is documented, next time if the same mode of failure occur, okay, you can refer to that detail. Okay, so what are the possible ways in which you can avoid occurrence of a particular mode of failure? Okay, all these are possible only when you document these two steps. Okay, so that is recognition, evaluation, then identifying actions. If these are documented, you can make use of this data for if the same modes of failure repeat. Okay, you can make use of data for analysis. Next, there are different types of failure mode and effect analysis: design FMEA, process FMEA, equipment, maintenance, concept, service, system, environmental. But we are going to consider these two, okay, as the major categories, because so others will overlap with these two. Okay, so if you consider design FMEA, it may include, okay, so concept FMEA, environmental FMEA. Okay, so then if you consider process FMEA, it may include equipment. Like that, they will overlap. If you consider system FMEA, it is a combination of design and process. So for that reason, so we can broadly we can classify types of FMEA into only two. But if you want to go in detail, you can consider all these 8 types of FMEA. Next, design FMEA. So that means it is related to design process. Design failure mode and effect analysis aids in the design process by identifying known and upcoming failure modes, and then ranking failures according to relative impact on the product. Okay, so during design stage itself, so designer may commit a lot of mistakes. Okay, so while designing itself, so he has to keep the functionality of the product. Okay, what are the functions the product should perform in order to ensure the product will perform well? What are the design considerations? Okay, how design should be made? Okay, and again he has to keep in mind how it will be converted into a physical product. Okay, what are the processes that will be employed? Okay, so by keeping in these things in mind, he has to design. Okay, otherwise it may end up with poor quality of design. Implementing design failure mode and effect analysis helps establish priorities based on expected failures and severity of those failures, and helps uncover oversights, misjudgments, and errors that may have been made. Design failure mode and effect analysis also reduces development time and cost of manufacturing processes by eliminating many potential failure modes prior to operation of the process, and by specifying the appropriate test to prove the design product. Okay, suppose if you are not able to identify failure of the design or a failure of a product during its design stage itself, then that will result in rework or rejection or scrap. Okay, that is nothing but that is a waste. So that will increase the development time or manufacturing lead time. Okay, if you are able to identify the potential failure modes during design stage itself, that means you are finding at the initial stage, so that you can reduce the development time. And even so, since you are not considering a particular design for manufacturing, okay, so you are reducing the cost of manufacturing also. Process FMEA, process failure mode and effect analysis, is used to identify potential process failure modes by ranking failures and helping to establish priorities according to the relative impact on the internal or external customers. So already we discussed what do we mean by internal and external customer in one of the class. Okay, so in process FMEA, so we are worried about failures that will occur during manufacturing. And here, so if there are many failure modes, okay, we are going to give priority. Okay, we have to concentrate on which type of failure. Okay, so all those things will be done. Implementing process FMEA helps to identify potential manufacturing or assembly causes in order to establish control for occurrence reduction and detection. Next, there are stages. That means there's a process to implement FMEA. There are stages involved in that. So there are 4 stages. First is specifying possibilities. Why a failure occur? Okay, what are the reasons? So if you consider any product, okay, so we are going to buy a product because it is going to do some functions. Okay, so consider the product called mobile phone. Okay, what are the functions of the mobile phone? Why do you buy a mobile phone? What are the functions? What are the functions of a mobile phone? Okay, the functions of the mobile phone is to make a call, okay, or to communicate with others with the help of text, or to browse information using internet, okay, and search engines, or to attend online class using some applications. Okay, these are the various functions of a mobile phone. Suppose if a company has produced a mobile phone, okay, on which it is not possible for you to install a particular application, okay, that is also a failure. Okay, because of that reason, students may not buy that particular handset. Okay, so like that, if you consider any product, it has to perform many functions. Next, where it is failing. Okay, so that is the possible failure modes and how it is going to fail. Next, root causes. What are the reasons for failure? Next, effects. If there's a failure, okay, what are its effects? It may be effects on the customer, Okay, it may be effects on the brand value of the company. Okay, or market penetration. Next, detection or prevention. Okay, whether it is possible for you to prevent this failure. Okay, if it is possible, prevention is always better than detection. Okay, if it is not possible to prevent these possible failure modes, then you have to go for detection. Okay, so these are the steps involved in first stage of FMEA, that is specifying possibilities. Next, quantifying risk. Okay, already in the previous stage, you have identified the failure modes, its effects, all those things. Okay, next, you have to quantify the risk. So, probability of cause. Okay, so there are many reasons for failure. Okay, so in again these causes, okay, are these reasons. Okay, one or two may be predominant. Okay, because of these reasons, failures may be taking place quite often. Okay, next, severity of effect. So again, because you can relate this cause and severity. Okay, so that is also possible. Next, effectiveness of control to prevent cause. Next, risk priority number. Considering occurrence, severity and its detection, we can find risk priority number. If you multiply occurrence, severity and detection, you will get the risk priority number. Okay, next. So after quantifying risk, that means there are many reasons for a failure. You are considering all those reasons, and you are quantifying risk means, so you are considering which reason or on which cause I should focus more. Okay, so that I can enhance the quality of the product. Okay, by reducing the probability of its failure. Okay. Next, correcting high risk causes, prioritizing work. So you have to focus on which cause. Next, detailing action. So how you can avoid that cause. Next, assigning action responsibility. You have to implement your plan or action. Next, check points on completion, that is implementation of this action. Next, last stage is re-evaluation of risk, recalculation of risk priority number. Okay, so this is how you can implement FMEA. Okay, it can be implemented in various fields. Okay, now we can consider the example of failure of the system to handle the crisis of this corona pandemic. Okay, so now specifying possibilities, you can identify what are the reasons for present crisis. Okay, whether it is because of the government, or it is because of the people, or it is because of the virus. Okay, these are, you can find these reasons. Okay, or it is because of the healthcare system, or it is because of the political system, or it is because of the society. Okay, like that you can find out the possibilities for which the system has failed. Okay, so you can find all these things, you can go through all these things. Okay, next, so quantifying risk. Again, because of this, okay, initially we consider frontline warriors as we gave more priority. Next, people above 45 years age. Okay, that is the quantifying risk, because they are more vulnerable. Okay, so there also, knowingly or unknowingly, we have implemented FMEA. Okay, so that is the quantifying risk. Who are the most vulnerable to this virus? Okay, based on that, you are quantifying risk. Next, correcting high risk causes. Okay, so again, by vaccination we are correcting. So that means initially, so vaccination was implemented for frontline, then for people above 45. Now they announced that they will give vaccines for people above 18, but there are other reasons, so they are not able to do that. That is a different discussion. Okay, so like this, so you can implement FMEA in for various problems, for various products, services. Okay, next, this is the form which is used to collect data regarding FMEA. Okay, this is a design FMEA form. So if you consider any product consists of more than one component. Okay, so you have to list the part number item. So which part, or if you are considering functionality of that part, okay, what function you are considering. Then potential failure mode. Okay, why it is failing. So, or what is the mode of failure? Okay, so mode of failure may be in case of automobile. If you are considering a product as automobile and function as IC engine, that means so yeah, converting energy. Okay, energy conversion. Okay, as the function. Then potential failure mode may be leakage of the oil or leakage of the fuel. Okay, then potential effects of failure. Okay, so because of that, there may be the life of the engine may decline. Okay, so next severity, whether that's severe or not, so that you can list here class. So it is related to IC engine in the automobile, in the vehicle. Then potential causes, mechanisms of failure, because of it may be because of the poor quality of the seal used uh, to avoid leakage. Okay, next current design control prevention, how you are handling that. Okay, so you may design this, you may make modifications in the design. Okay, so design of the seal or design of the design considerations related to avoiding leakage. Okay, next how frequently it will occur, that is occurrence. Current design control detection. Okay, next detect RPN means, so this is risk priority number. Then recommended actions. Okay, based on occurrence of this failure. Okay, in order to prevent in future. Okay, what are the recommended actions? Okay, so you may go for changing the seal. Okay, to avoid leakage, you may replace that with a new one. Next, responsibility and target completion date. Who are responsible for this type of failure? Okay, so and you should give target for implementing these actions. Okay, next later that will be summarized. So this is the sheet used for design FEMA form. So for process FEMA also, so you will have a similar form, same steps, almost same steps. You are considering a particular process. Okay, so a product may be failing because of some error while performing some process. Okay, some operation. It may be machining operation. Okay, or it may be any other operation. Okay, or it may be assembly operation. Okay.